McMinn County, it was a packed house for the Board of Education meeting tonight. On the agenda, a discussion of the removal of the book Mouse, a graphic novel about the Holocaust. They removed it from the student curriculum there. Local 3's Karen Aguilar has more.
The McMinn County Board of Education's attorney says they cannot violate their own policy, which they say justifies the removal of the Mouse book. The McMinn County Board of Education addressed its decision in January to remove the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel about the Holocaust called Mouse.
As a lawyer, he probably says it a lot better than I can. The policy is here to serve the board. The board's not here to serve the policy. So we have governing authority over the school.
This is one reason given for keeping their decision. Disappointing activists who gathered to protest the book's removal.
The blatant disregard for their own written policy is hard to ignore.
Saying they're unhappy with how the process was handled.
We don't agree with Mouse being removed as a curricular item. We think that it is appropriate for the age and that it's important that we talk about these stories.
Retired English professor Patricia Waters says the school board skipped steps by not including an ad hoc committee to review the decision. They just removed it.
It's arbitrary and it's authoritarian. And that's exactly what Mouse is about, the confrontation of the authoritarian.
As an elected official, I have the right to bring anything to this board, then we can make whatever decision we need to make.
He says the removal of the Mouse book was based on profanity and nudity that was in the book. It was too adult-oriented for use in schools. Les Coomer, who was at the meeting, agrees with the school board's decision.
It's not that they're trying to ban the book or saying that the book is bad. It just isn't good for this particular use. And it's still in the library for children to read.
Our concern is that our children are being, hidden from the realities of the world, and that these are things that we need to talk about in order for them to not be repeated.
McMinn County residents who are against the Mouse book removal say they won't stop advocating for the cause. Reporting in McMinn County, Karen Aguilar, Local 3 News.
In response to the decision, the Jewish Federation of Greater Chattanooga co-sponsored a webinar with the author of Mouse, Art Spiegelman. Earlier this week, more than 10,000 people joined in to hear the author's point of view. Spiegelman says he's been overwhelmed by the immense support he's received for his book.
Really knocked out by people. I don't need them to do it. It's not going to affect my income. I'm doing fine. But sending copies of Mouse everywhere to make sure that it's available in libraries, to the point where the McMinn County Library says, please send other books or money. We're drowning in mice.
Spiegelman went on to say he believes the school board's actions need rethinking. More than 14,000 copies of the book Mouse were sold in the last week of January alone.